Good evening. 10 dogs rescued from an alleged Canadian dogfighting ring are now here on the First Coast. The local organization, Pitt Sisters, will be taking care of these dogs, rehabbing them in hopes of finding them forever homes.
As our Juliet Dreyer explains tonight, the dogs are part of a larger group that sparked a social media firestorm and also a court battle that has lasted for 2 years now.
Nearly 2 years after they were rescued from an alleged dogfighting ring, the dogs loaded onto a bus in Ontario, Canada, bound for Jacksonville. And while those accused in the fighting ring have yet to be tried, here in Florida, the focus is on the four-legged survivors. The long ride is finally over. The end of the journey that began nearly 2 years ago.
Brought to fight, other dogs kill other dogs. And dogs that didn't make it were probably bait dogs.
The dogs are among those rescued from an alleged Canadian dogfighting ring. The raid ultimately led to the arrest of 5 people, according to CTV.
I believe every dog or any animal deserves a second chance.
Rob Scheinberg owns an Ontario-based rescue group and footed the bill for today's transport.
These dogs, like any other dogs, deserve a home to live and be loved.
In total, the Ontario SPCA says 31 dogs were rescued from the operation. 3 passed away, and the American SPCA did behavior assessments on the rest. 7 dogs were deemed good candidates for rehabilitation, and 11 puppies were born while in Ontario SPCA care that could also be adoptable. The dogs that arrived in Jacksonville today were among that group.
They were simply in limbo, waiting for the other group of 21 to make their way through the court system so that they could eventually be placed in a program such as this.
The other 21 were deemed dangerous and recommended for euthanization. Scheinberg, backed by the campaign to, quote, save the 21, fought for a second assessment. Now those dogs will be sent to a different Florida facility. But today, it's all about the first group to arrive.
I was like a mom seeing her kids for the first time.
Pitt Sisters will take in 10 of the 14 dogs from today's transport.
Getting a little emotional. Yeah.
The organization will rehabilitate the dogs and ultimately enroll them in the prison training program TAILS to prepare them for adoption.
I'm so happy that they're here and they're getting that chance. And then we get to be a part of it.
It's happy tales ahead for this bunch, putting the pain of the past behind them. Goodbyes are hard, but it helps knowing there's good times ahead.
We will not let you down.
Juliet Dreyer, First Coast News.